Hello everyone and welcome back to Broccoli Master YouTube channel. In today's video, I will show you a step-by-step guide how can you Dockerize your own Django project in a very simple ways. Before that, if you don't know about the Docker, let me explain a little bit about it. A Docker is a simple container which store our project in the form of image. Here the image will be our blueprint of the project. You know that when we finish our project, we also need to deploy that application in our server. When we are deploying that application on the server, we also need to install all the dependency libraries that we are installed in our local machine. Sometimes when we are installing there, it throws unnecessary error there, and also sometimes it does not work properly there. So for dealing with that, a Docker comes into play. With the help of Docker, we can simply store all the project and application in our container in the form of image. And also we don't need to install all the libraries and the dependency that we are using in our local machine. As everything is packaged together in a Docker, your application will be work nearly same as it is working in your local machine. So before starting the tutorial, if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, please make sure that subscribe to the channel, like the video and share with your friends. So now, without wasting your time, let's begin it. So before storing all the application into our Docker, we need to install the Docker into our desktop. So for installing it, first we need to download the Docker. And here simple, you will click here download for Windows and the download will start here. After downloading, please install that Docker into your systems and make account of that. So now on the screen you can see that this is our student management system project that I have already made the video on it. Now I am using this project for Dockerize the application. So for doing it, here we need to create two files. Let me zoom it here so that you can see it clearly. And here need to create two files. Name it as Dockerfile, and another again create the file. Name it Docker compose.yml file. Okay. And after that, on the Docker file, let's make the modification and write the some command here. And here we will need to write the from. I'm using Python 3.10. Okay. After that, we also need to set up the environment variable. So here I am writing the command setup environment variables, and right here env python don't write byte code equal to 1. Again define here python on buffer equal to 1. And similarly we also need to install the dependency. So right here install dependency. And before that we also need to set our working directory. So let me set it first, work directory, and define here app. And in install dependency, install copy requirements.txt and define here app. A similarly way also define run pip install upgrade pip and pip install -r requirement.txt. And here also define run pip install unicorn. The similar ways also need to collect our statics file. So right here collect static files, and for it write a command python -py collect static, and also need to define the unicorn server. So right here run Django server with unicorn. Right here command cmd unicorn bind and define our port here 8000. And whatever the name of your project, let it define it here. So here you will be defined home.wsgi application. Okay, so finally we have done with the Docker file. In a similar way, we also need to modify in our Docker compose.yml file. And before that, we also need to create the requirement.txt file in our project. So for it, let me get it fast. Pip trace requirements.txt. and it will create here And for collecting our static file, we also need to make the changes in our setting.py file. So in the settings.py file, we need to define the static root directory and the media root directory. So let me quick define it here. And after that, we also need to install the white noise for handling our static file in our server. Pip install white noise. So our requirement already satisfied here. And please make sure that we have include the unicorn in the requirement.txt file. So here write unicorn. After that, in the settings.py file, we also need to include the middleware of the white noise. So here, the middleware, you need to include this name. So everything is done with the Docker file. Now we also need to define the compose.yml file. And this file is used to generating the image of that application, which was the blueprint of our project. So let me write the code quickly here. Here define version 3.8. After that, include the services. And here write web build. And here write command unicorn bind and define the port. $8,000. And also define home WSGI application. After that, also need to define the volumes. Here write minus dot semicolon, define the directory. In a similar way, also need to define the ports. And here define minus 8,000. After that, we also need to include the env file right here minus dot env. In a similar way, we also need to define the dependency depends on Redis and define the Redis here. Redis image Redis alpine. Let's save it fast. So we have done with the docker compose.yml file. So now before running this, we also need to collect our all the statics file. So for it, let's run the command python -dot py collect static. Let write yes, and similar ways it will copy all our static file here. Okay, now we need to build our containers. For that, we need to write the command docker build -t and define here home dot, and it will take some times to build the container. So wait for that. It is installing all the requirement that we needed there. So here is throwing the error that failed to solve. So here on the collect static file, we are seeing the error. So here I think we have defined double no input. So let me drop this and save it again. Now again run our file. Let me clear it fast. Write the command build. So it would take some times here to build a container. So just wait for that. And please make sure that while writing the command, focus on the white space. If you are making any types of white space error here, then it will not run in our terminal. Okay, so please confirm that you are not making any white space error. Whatever I am writing here, just write same as it is in your system. So here you can see that it is successfully built our container. Now for testing it, either it is working fine or not, let's write the command like this: docker run -p 8000 and define the image name. After that, it will open our this port localhost and 8000. Let me open it here, and here you can see that our local port has been opened here and it is showing unable to connect. And here instead of 000, we need to define the local host. So let's writing here local host. Let's click here, and you can see that our page is loaded successfully here. So in this way, you can dockerize your own application in a very simple steps. And if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, then what's you waiting for? Please subscribe it, like the video and share with your friend. So this is for today. Thanks for watching the video. Keep coding and keep learning.